Your Nerdside Halloween special is brought to you by Kellogg's, Hershey's, Vans, Skechers, and let's not forget, Disney. This is your Halloween special. Make sure to subscribe on iTunes to make sure to get the latest podcast. If you don't hear on terrestrial radio and you want to hear your nerd side, why not subscribe? You are about to listen to Your Nerd Side. The hosts, co-hosts, and producers did not alter the show in any way. This is all actual live audio from the show. Enjoy Your Nerd Side Halloween special.
Welcome to Comic-Con,
where once a year, sci-fi buffs take their lips off the barrel of a loaded gun and spend half a day adjusting their eyes to sunlight.
You want to see a comic book with pregnant zombie nuns?
You psychotic nerd!
Dude, what a bunch of freaking nerdos.
Good to see I'm white and nerdy. Look at me, I'm white and nerdy.
I'm a nerd too.
Your personality needs some work.
You're not part of the popular clique.
I was kind of a lonely nerd in high school.
I started a quilt. I did yoga twice a week. I wore flip-flops in public.
I like to roll with the gangsters. Although it's apparent I'm too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. Look at me, I'm white and nerdy.
You're nerds.
This is our Halloween special. I want to say thank you so much for tuning in and listening. We appreciate it so much. Now, paranormal world, ghosts, ghouls, hobgoblins, whatever you call them, entities. Sometimes I'm a skeptic, and sometimes I believe in them. And sometimes I scratch my head because, like, I might hear a noise, or some things might prove me, like, I really don't know what to say. Is this true? Is it just a noise? Was it really apparition? Well, over the course of the show, we do go on a ghost hunt, and we actually go to a cemetery, and we do catch some voices and noises from the audio. And I don't know if it's from the other side or whatever. And you be the judge of that. So I'm saying you judge and tell us what you think, always on social media when you hear this. So the show's broken up in 3 parts. First part is we're going to go on the actual tour for Napa City Ghost and Legend Tours, walking tours. And the owners of this, Ellen MacFarlane, she's a native to Napa. She's been a spiritualist and lived there for over 30 years. She knows and she sees ghosts and all that good stuff. Devin Sisk, paranormal investigator and creator of the Benicia Ghost Walk. And he's been in a paranormal field for 11 years. I mean, literally, he's showed me all the equipment, just like Ghostbusters, and it's not a joke, to find spirits on the other side. Now, MV, you believe in ghosts? Do you actually see them and believe them?
Yes, I do.
And you said you saw them when you were a child in the house?
I've had some experiences. But you said the expert is like Ghostbusters, so does he catch them too?
No, I mean, but the Ghostbusters have like all the EKG meters and the meters to read
like
it.
Ghost Hunters.
Yeah, like Ghost Hunters. But I liked Ghostbusters better. That way I don't scare the kids who listen to the show today. You know what I mean? Let's get into a little bit. I'm going to explain it to you. It's really cool. We're going to go on first their Ghost Walk, because we got a chance just to walk around the basic Ghost Walk that you can go on any tours of Napa or Sonoma. Okay, so this is going to be number 1. Then we're going to come back and actually sit down with the spiritualists, and they're going to tell me how they see the beyond, what they do, how they feel it, and how it's affected them over the course of their lives. And then we're actually going to go and look for a ghost. It's kind of cool, and we hear voices, so we'll stop it down, and you're going to hear some of the voices, and you be the judge of it. So let's start the show.
So as we start the show, we're gonna start the opener. This is a Halloween special, so nothing better I thought we'd do than to go to the city of Napa, and we're going to do a show at the Napa Walk Tour, Napa City Ghost Walk Tours. I got Devin, who's leading it, and momentarily we're going to talk to Elle, who is the spiritualist, and we're going to be talking to them, and there's a group of people in front of us. So they're going to be taking us around all through Napa. We're in front of a courthouse right now. That's supposed to be a real hot spot, and we're going to listen to some of the stuff. So we'll take you to the tour.
About 18 years now. I've logged in over 650 investigations my first couple years. I approached everything on a very scientific basis in the beginning. It has since changed since then, quite drastically. I've done work for Animal Planet, Discovery Channel, locally here in the Bay Area, Channel 5 High on the Bay. Also did a bit for Creature Features. Anybody familiar with that show?
Creature Features.
Yeah.
The old
Creature
one.
Features.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
The new one's good.
Yeah, I know.
Still the same good movies. But, yeah, check it out. I actually got to meet John Stanley, so that was like a big moment for me. He's like walking in the studio, and he's like, "Is that Devin?" And I'm like, "What?" That's John Stanley saying my name, so that was really cool. So tonight, we're going to do this little ghost walk. We're not trying to sell you the paranormal. That's not our job, but we will want you guys to join Amway afterwards. No, kidding. We don't sell the paranormal. You guys come for the experience. We give you some history. We'll teach you how to work with some tools. And you guys walk away with it what you will. Okay? All right, so without further ado, we're going to be working with a couple tools that we use in the paranormal tonight. We're going to be using dowsing rods. We're also going to be using K2s. We're going to be doing some cool experiments. But first, the very first tool we're going to be working with is this, your cell phones. You're going to put them on airplane mode or blocked mode. And we want you to do this because when your phone receives an email, text notification, Facebook, whatever, even if it's on silent and you're holding one of the K2s or somebody next to you is holding the K2, the meter will go off. And we want to make sure that we're talking to an actual spirit here and not your Aunt Millie from Omaha. Unless she's dead. Then she can come through all she wants. Okay? We don't mind that. Family members are welcome. Always welcome. All right. By the way, your phones can take pictures. You can also do recordings, and you can do video in airplane mode. So please feel free to shoot anything, I guess. Except for me. Don't shoot me. So, okay, everybody good?
So that was actually the tour. Just a quick recap of it. And leading it is Devin Sisk, the Paranormal Investigator. And Ellen wasn't on there. She had a substitute, but Devin did an amazing job on it. We're going to sit down with the spiritualist next, and we're going to talk to her. And while I was on the tour, she actually said somebody's with me, and she saw a ghost with me. So let's hear how they do this.
And we just finished the tour and everything, and I'm sitting down at a table. Paul's here with his legs crossed, getting ID all the time. We're going to have a drink before we go out to a secret location. It's not secret, we'll tell you in a few minutes. But next to me, I didn't get your name. What's your name?
Christina George.
Christina George. And you are a spiritualist, is that right?
I'm a psychic medium.
Psychic medium. And that means you can interact and you feel stuff.
I can see, hear, and interact with spirits.
That's amazing. So, and then the question is, because people are going to ask this all the time, does this come upon you as born as a child, or something dramatic happened in your life that made it happen?
I was born with it. I've always had it.
So, and I'm going to ask things because people are probably listening. Like, I mean, does that mean, like you said, you saw dead people when you were a child?
Yes.
And did you have imaginary friends and all that stuff?
Well, I was told they were imaginary friends and they would go away, but they never went away. So
you know, the question is that, and I can ask other people this, that, and I have kids, so they don't have imaginary friends. So a lot of people that have imaginary friends, is it they have an ability?
Yes.
It is,
yes.
huh?
Yes.
Because I've never had I mean, I wish I had imaginary friends. I mean, I would never have that. Did you have an imaginary friend?
Yeah, I did.
You did? What's your name? I never got it.
It's Matthew Henriksen.
Matthew, you're a friend of them, right?
No, actually, we've met, but we're roughly the same. I do the same thing. I'm also a paranormal investigator.
Oh, you are?
And I also do. I'm clairvoyant, clairaudio, and those. That's kind of how I work.
Okay, so we're on the tour, and you guys both said you saw something or felt something. What did that mean? And where were we? Was it the hanging house?
So we were at the Napa courthouse, the old Napa courthouse, and where they do the hanging.
Okay.
And immediately I started coughing and feeling something around my neck. He did as well. So I had to keep kind of walking further away so that I can kind of break that connection. Then we went around to the front. By the stairs where we were all sitting.
Yeah.
So I saw somebody, actually, a man that was standing on the stairs. And so I pointed it out, and Devin said, absolutely. Then I kept seeing somebody who was upstairs in the window.
Okay, so during we were sitting there, I was rolling tape, just trying to get audio. I didn't hear anything, okay? And I'm going to play it back, audio, while you guys are talking. I just want to see. There was a woman in front of me that goes, did you just see that? There's a light. She looked upstairs, and then I looked up, and I saw... I didn't know if it was a light or whatever, but there's lights up there. Is that kind of what you were seeing up in the window?
I could literally see something cross in front of the window.
Okay,
so.
All right, that's interesting. So when you saw that, did you see that or did you feel it?
I felt it.
Oh, you felt it?
I felt it. I did not see.
I
felt that there was somebody standing up there looking down.
No.
And that's not the only place I saw anybody. I also saw someone in a building across the street, the Center building, I believe it was called. So I took about 6 photos of that.
Okay.
And there's a white light in a window, and it's just gently moving through each photo. I thought, well, maybe it's a reflection off of a light from the window. The last one, the white light is in front of concrete outside.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's floating outside of the window.
So Paul, who works with me, he's over at TuneIn. He's been taking pictures all night, just snapping shots. And Paul, you ran about how many? How many did you run?
Probably about 30, 40 photos right now.
30 photos. So do you think, would something show up later on or no?
You might. I mean, you should definitely check out his pictures, too.
So
I mean, he got some amazing pictures.
There's a time that actually I have had in the past where I've
Yeah.
seen nothing, and then a couple days later something will all of a sudden show up that I did not catch before or did not see before.
Okay, so we want to see these orbs. We want to see all this stuff, and we're, that's our main thing. And you're feeling it.
I think we need to just go get it. Sorry, we need spirits.
No, it's okay. So we're sitting around waiting to drink.
All right,
I'll go.
let's
Hey, first round's on me, so I'll go get the round. I'm going to press stop, and then we're going to come right back. We'll be a little intoxicated. Does that
And
work
then
with you
it
guys?
would be even better interview.
There we go. So is everybody happy with their drinks? I'm sorry I forgot your coffee. You're okay with that?
We're so glad you said that.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, no, thank you guys for letting us. Thank you for letting me tag along today. Here, this is yours. You know how to use this stuff.
I'm just going to
You just hold
have
that
my
stuff
own
like
microphone
that.
now.
So you were just telling me we got back, we had our drinks. I want to thank you again for letting us come on the walk. It's a pleasure meeting everybody here. We got a lot more going to go on tonight.
Absolutely.
You were just telling me you were giving him a reading. What happened?
Okay, so, I mean, obviously, we have mutual friends, but
Okay.
we've never met each other. They see my show. We all know mutual people. But as soon
And
as
before we do this,
Sure.
what is your show and what's your platform and what's
okay.
your social media?
Okay, so my show, so I'm Christina George from Paranormal Connections radio show.
Mhm.
I'm on the UPRN Talk Radio Network out
Okay.
of New Orleans. And you can pretty much find us at every platform that's out there.
Okay.
And so we ended up meeting, I met them, and immediately I saw the spirit of a young man.
Okay.
And he's been with them the whole tour.
Okay. And are they still here right now?
He's still here right now. He's
Where-
very
where would he
connected.
be?
He
How-
stands right between the two of them.
Okay.
So again, being a psychic medium, and you get, spirits that come up to you,
Mm-hmm.
they want you to relay messages, but the person that you relay them to might not be that accepting to the information you might get.
Because some people don't believe it. Some
That's
people
right.
think you're trying to get money or you're
That's
trying to get something out of
Scamming
them.
them out, you're trying to do
And
something.
sometimes you're not trying to do it. You're just like, hey, I got to tell you this. It's happening.
Right. Well, and it's kind of hard because, again, you don't know the reaction you're going to get.
Okay.
But unfortunately, the spirit world doesn't care.
Yeah.
So they're very pushy. And so this guy the whole time has
Okay.
been like, give the message, give the message, give the message. And I didn't really know who it was, for. So, but it kept standing right between these two. So I just said, okay, can you tell me, I'm not sure who it's for, but I got this young guy, and he was like between 19 and 24, and I said he's like recently passed, and he ended up validating that one of their friends just recently committed suicide.
Wow.
So I was actually able to give some messages to them from him, and we're going to do some stuff to kind of help this guy cross over.
Okay. So as we're sitting here, is anybody next to me or somebody around
Nobody
me?
next to you, but I will tell you that earlier when I was talking to you when we were over there, there was a younger kid near you.
Okay.
So now I don't know who this child is, but I want to say he's young. So I would say 7 to maybe 10 years old.
Okay.
Again, surround you. He's been around you a lot when I was talking to you, especially when we were over there.
So over there, but he's gone now.
He's gone now. He's not
So he
here
was
right
just
now.
he was just seeing what I'm all about,
Mhm.
and then just went on to do something else. And so, is this happening because they haven't crossed over and they're just here, or
Yeah,
Because I heard there's different kind of spirits.
Yes.
I heard there's 7 spirits. Am I right?
Yes. I mean, there's lots of different spirits. There's also a lot of reasons. Like, some people cross over,
Mhm.
and then they come and visit us all the time with no problems. There are other spirits who have people who either have died suddenly,
Yeah.
don't realize they're dead, tragically, died really quickly, and they, again, don't know that they're dead, commit suicide. And if they have religious beliefs, which, they feel that they will go to hell if they commit suicide.
So they don't want to cross
They don't
over.
want to cross over. They're afraid to cross into the
Okay.
light. So, and then you get other ones that won't cross over on purpose because the family that they left behind is grieving their loss too much.
Okay. So if I grieve for my mother passing away, would that be selfish on my part, isn't it?
No,
a little bit.
no.
Well, I mean, she's not crossing over because she wants to stay with me. My mom's selfish, so even if I was grieving,
Well,
she's
I
all
will
like,
tell you, your
she's
mom,
all peace. She's
mom,
gone.
Your mom crossed